When deciding what game I want to review next, often it's decided by whatever type of game I feel like playing at the time. The modern video games landscape has no shortage of games you can find when you're looking for a specific genre, but sometimes the theme and aesthetic can sound so interesting that the genre doesn't matter. Go Mecha Ball caught my attention with a combination that cut through the noise the moment I saw it. Mechs and pinball. Go Mecha Ball is a twin-stick shooter with roguelike elements, with gameplay structured around runs and drafting upgrades as you progress. There isn't much of a narrative to consume, but there is a small cutscene that plays as the game launches, providing background and context for the game world. Cat Rascal and her friends lived on the planet Spira, where they lived carefree lives until one day a portal opened in the sky, releasing chaos and destruction. Cat Rascal and her friends retreated underground, where they studied the portal and created mech suits to fight back and restore Spira. It's a very bare-bones story, but I think that's fine for games that are gameplay-focused. As I've said before, a lackluster story is excusable as long as the gameplay is strong. As a twin-stick shooter, your movement and aiming controls are separated while the camera keeps your character in the center of the screen. But Go Mecha Ball has the unique mechanic of switching between mech and ball forms. While in mech form, your movement is slow and precise, while your ball form is fast and slippery. Your defensive actions are limited. On the surface, the only way to avoid damage is to walk or roll to avoid attacks, and while stages do have different levels of elevation, you do not have access to a jump. Your offensive capabilities, on the other hand, are where Go Mecha Ball shines. You're able to equip 2 different weapons, and transforming into a ball allows you to build momentum and use ramps to reach elevated areas. While in your ball form, you also have a boost charge with a cooldown that you can use to deal damage to enemies, interrupt attacks, and generate ammo for your weapons. While you don't have a specific dodge mechanic, entering your ball form provides a small burst of speed that can be used to avoid attacks when timed correctly, and the first moments of your boosted state have a small invincibility window. While defeating enemies and avoiding damage, you generate a combo, which increases the amount of coins that you can receive from defeating enemies up to a maximum of 8. I think this combo system is very interesting because you're given a tangible reward for keeping your combo as high as possible, incentivizing the player to become comfortable switching in and out of ball form to move quickly and maintain their combo. While you're able to get coins from occasional golden enemies, often maintaining a high combo is necessary to have a usable amount of coins for purchases during your run. There are 4 areas in Go Mecha Ball where you fight waves of enemies, with the first 3 themed around specific pinball-based stage elements such as boost pads, quarter pipes, and bumpers. These stage elements often force you into your ball form and provide the boost effect, incentivizing the player to use them for traversal. Completing all waves provides the player with a draft of upgrades to build your run around, with passives such as increasing damage while in the air, or activatable abilities with cooldowns that increase your offensive power. Before each boss fight, you enter a shop that offers a chance to refill some of your health or pick up additional upgrades with the hard-earned coins you've collected. Progression in Go Mecha Ball follows the typical modern roguelike format, with a permanent currency in the form of blue coins for unlocking new weapons, upgrades, and abilities that become available for new runs. Completing a run also unlocks optional higher difficulty levels for subsequent runs, although the game doesn't explicitly tell you what is changed. From what I can tell, enemy damage is increased, bosses fire additional projectiles, and some enemies are protected with a shield that must be dispelled with ability or collision damage. Go Mecha Ball is mechanically focused, in a good way in my opinion. Seamlessly switching in and out of ball form, boosting into enemies to deny attacks, and the gunplay all work together to create a high-octane experience where you're racing between groups of enemies and bouncing around the level. This ballet of chaos and precision is incredibly fun to play, but it does have a bit of a learning curve, and honestly, before I had a firm grasp of the mechanics, I was incredibly frustrated with how Go Mecha Ball seemed to want me to play it. For one, the movement feels exceptional when it's working how you want it, and terrible when it isn't. Early on, I felt that stage elements would pull me into them from a bit too far of a distance, and I would often be sent flying in the opposite direction that I was trying to move. Even after several hours with the game, you can get stuck on small ramp corners and lose all of your momentum, taking damage from attacks you would have avoided. I played with keyboard and mouse, and in the first few hours I was frequently missing my boost attacks, taking tons of unnecessary damage, because if you boost while inputting a direction, you boost in that direction rather than where you're aiming. But after a few hours of gameplay, I did find that if I released the movement keys just before using my boost charge, then I would boost where I was aiming, and this small discovery had a huge impact as I finally felt fully in control of my character. Once I no longer felt like I was fighting the controls of the game, I still noticed some things that I feel are worth mentioning in Go Mecha Ball. The size of bosses and the camera angle can make it difficult to see attacks bosses are preparing, and outside of bosses, it can be difficult to see where attacks are coming from due to the chaos on the screen. In fact, the chaos itself is worth mentioning. I think there's a high potential for Go Mecha Ball to be overstimulating for some people, and it's actually one of the first games in recent memory that would make my eyes tired after playing for extended periods. In the end, I do think Go Mecha Ball has an excellent gameplay loop paired with a fantastic soundtrack. While there isn't the most variety in terms of bosses or level layouts, I do think there's enough to stay interesting, and it's incredibly fun and satisfying to play. You can feel yourself improving as you become more comfortable with the controls, having more money to spend in shops, and taking less and less damage as you bounce around levels at high speeds. While it is potentially overstimulating and confusing at times, I think Go Mecha Ball is definitely worth checking out. Thanks for watching, take care, and remember, keep having fun.